Tremper line. They had that play stuffed right away and actually lost yardage, I think, on it.
Greg Warren leading the way that time for Tremper as we get another look.
There you see the blue helmets coming through the gaps. That's about the only way you can stop things on the goal line is to fill the gaps and push the pile.
Warren off that second effort by Swisher, able to deny the end zone. And now we got a stoppage of play here. Officials are going to stop play. Maybe an equipment problem, perhaps. Coming out for Tremper. Shulsky, Jordan Shulsky. Second and goal. Cabrera will walk it into the end zone for the touchdown. Beautiful drive here by Bradford. Buchanan, not much he could do there to deny the end zone, and the Red Devils back on top by 3.
Well, at least they made him work a little bit harder for this one than the first one.
Third touchdown of the year for Cabrera. Another good drive here for Bradford to answer the Tremper score. Witkowski for the extra point. Drives it through. 8:09 to go here in this first half, and a 4-point Bradford lead as they again answer Tremper, march it right down the field. 13 plays, 60 yards, with Cabrera going in from just inside the 2.
Right, we're setting a very torrid pace here. Each team's had the ball twice. We've got 3 touchdowns and a field goal. I didn't think that's the way this game was going to start, to be quite honest with you, but you never know. And I did watch both teams practice this week, and they both have good players. They both have speed. Bradford has a little bit more size, I think. Both of them have key players that are hurt now, not only the running backs, but Tremper lost one of their starting linebackers.
We'll go back downstairs to Mike McGivern.
Guys, how you doing? We're here with Tom Sparks, sales manager for Ford on 50, Boucher. That's a great name, Ford on 50's on Highway 50 here in Kenosha. You don't mind, you'll sell cars to Bradford families, Tremper families. You don't discriminate, do you?
Completely neutral. What a great night here for Kenosha. 2 great schools, great teams. We're excited to be here.
You know, a little bit about what's going on at Boucher Ford right now. 0% financing, correct?
Absolutely. On a lot of models, great terms, great financing. It's all there. Ford, great product.
You know, if you're looking for a car here in Kenosha, get over to Ford on 50. Thanks for all your support.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Back to you guys in the booth.
Buchanan with a 19-yard return out near the 30-yard line. Jerry Nash brought him down there, and that's where Tremper will start this drive.
Well, Andrew Buchanan has had all 3 returns. I think he's returned them all to the 29-yard line.
So the Trojans huddled up around Frank Matrice as we get to look at the drive by Bradford. 13 plays, just over 4.5 minutes with Cabrera. They'll call it a 3-yard touchdown run, his 3rd of the season.
Tremper going to a little different formation. Now they have trips to the wide, trip receiver. That's 3 receivers to the wide side of the field.
Patty fakes the handoff, wants to cut it up the right side. He'll be met at the line of scrimmage. May have gotten a yard. Not to be fooled there for Bradford.
Little
Carbone,
counter.
Justin Carbone there to make the stop as we get another look.
A little counter look there, fake to the back, and then the quarterback keeps it, running to the wide side of the field. But Carbone was there. He wasn't fooled.
Again, a reminder, the Thursday Night Lights is available streaming live online. Log on to my24milwaukee.com. Click on the Thursday Night Lights link. You can also find our complete game schedule, watch archive videos of our games, and even post your own photos. That's my24milwaukee.com. 2nd and 9, the ball just across the Trojan 30-yard line. Trips near side as Patty with a rush over the middle, completes to Thompson. Big play out across the 45 and knocked down short of midfield. 19-yard pickup on the pass from Patty. Carvel Graham able to make the stop for Bradford.
Yeah, Mike Anderson, their 2nd leading rushing last year. He's got I think 1 catch this year, and now he can add that one to his list of accomplishments. That was a well-conceived play. They took the receivers and cleared it out, and he just came underneath the pattern, and they dumped him the ball.
Ziegler with the pressure that time for Bradford, but Patty able to stay cool, complete the pass. This time I formation. Bubin, the fullback, Tito, the tight end, will roll over to the left side. From midfield, 1st and 10. The give to Thompson up the middle, and he's stacked up there. Nothing doing. Again, Bradford very stout up the middle. As Anderson on the carry that time, and it was Joe Davalos with the stop. Not much there for Mike Anderson.
Right.
We talked about it, just a second game back, trying to get his game condition back here. He had missed the first couple of games, and I know Frank Matrice was concerned this week trying to get him just enough reps not to tire him, but to get him back up to game speed.
Yeah, he's very capable back.
2nd and 9 from the Red Devil 49-yard line. Patty on the option, turns the corner right side, gets it down to the 47-yard line. Max Hagopian, we've called his name quite a bit here in the first half, there to bring him down.
Well, there's 2 Hagopians, and sometimes they're both on the field, and sometimes it's just Max. I think it was it must be twins. I think they're both seniors. One's 5'11", 175. The other's 5'10", 170. Luke is the bigger, but Max is the one who is the starter.
Another critical 3rd down is get a look at Frank Matrice, the head coach here at Tremper.
This is
99 wins.
Right midfield, if they don't get this, of course, they'd have to punt it.
From shotgun, Patty. Slots left and right here. Wants to throw, going deep, far side, looking for Buchanan, incomplete, overthrown. On the coverage back there was Sean Payne, who comes up a bit gimpy after covering Buchanan on the fly route down the sideline. Sure if he turned an ankle or maybe pulled a muscle there, but he came up lame following that coverage play, and he limps back to the far sideline. So our first punt of the ball game, believe it or not. So it's Rob Solani for Tremper. It's a low snap. Solani gets off a wobbling kick and able to flag it down is Nash. Nash dancing his way down that far sideline. Gets it across the 30, still on his feet to the 34-yard line.
He got that all by himself.
Gain of about 12 on the return for Jerry Nash as we take another look. Talk about making something out of nothing there, huh?
That guy got up 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6th guy finally got him. And one guy had 2 shots at him. That's a really outstanding effort.
A 4-point lead for Bradford here with 5:01 to go in this first half. Red Devils by 4. Thursday Night Lights in Kenosha, sponsored by Wendy's.
You were saying Thompson.
Where I came up with that one.
I don't know.
Okay. Yep.
Then stick around for Stan Smith as he navigates family life while keeping America safe on American Dad at 11 and 11:30. Weeknights will never be the same, and it all starts this Monday. Also joining the animated.
Our Thursday Night Lights Real Fan Cam presented to you every week by Wendy's. Wendy's, you know when it's real. Our first night, our 5th week in, and that Frosty is not going to melt.
Yeah, not tonight, no.
Guaranteed. 1st and 10 Bradford here. Just over 5 minutes to go in this first half. An exciting first half here in Kenosha in front of a standing room only crowd at Amici Field. Swisher in under center. There was movement. Flag on the play. We've got a false start penalty here on Bradford.
Mm-hmm. And I think that certainly helps Tremper a little bit. First and 15 is a lot different than 1st and 10.
It's the 4th penalty of the night here on Bradford. Tremper yet to commit a foul.
Well, Bradford gets off the ball so well, and I think they're anxious on the line of scrimmage.
Interesting stat. Bradford 135 yards on the ground. That is also their total yardage for this half. Murphy, our Murphy or Cabrera on that carry there. That is Cabrera with the carry out across the 30. Chris Hoppy there to make the stop for Tremper.
Well, that's the best they've done on first down, I think, tonight, as far as Tremper's defense is concerned. Now we'll see if maybe Bradford can complete a pass. It's not their forte. They're about 5-to-1 run to pass in their yardage normally during a game.
Direct snap to Murphy. Murphy trying to get the edge here near side and does. Cuts it back up the field. Taking a tackler with him across the 45 out to the 46-yard line. A 14-yard run by Quanzel Murphy. Andrew Buchanan with the tackle.
Bradford is really doing a good job of getting that play turned in. They're getting it outside position on the contain of the defense, and he's getting up the field, and that was a little too easy.
Spotted just shy of the Red Devil 47-yard line. Bradford 4-0. Jed Kennedy, fifth-year coach, 44-9. His career mark at Bradford. Took his team to the semis the last couple of seasons. 1st and 10. Swisher looking to pass. Has the man Dewey Warner bobbled and dropped it incomplete. Dewey Warner, the intended receiver, hit him right where you're not supposed to, right in the hands, right, Coach?
Yeah, it was a little behind him. He had to make a what we call a hip turn in order to make the catch, and he couldn't quite pull it in. But it was definitely a catchable ball.
2nd and 10 upcoming. Dewey Warner, the senior, called upon in that backfield. 312 yards rushing coming in with 2 touchdowns. And Murphy gets the direct snap, and we've got penalty markers down. Once again, a false start penalty here on Bradford. That's their 3rd false start penalty, their 5th infraction of the night.
Right. That'll take it back to 2nd and 15.
Well, while they've stepped that penalty off, chance to remind you that CW18 is TV to talk about. Right now, everyone is talking about Excused, the hot new dating show with a hilarious twist. Rejection has never been funnier, so laugh along with Excused at 4 and 4:30, 5 days a week on Milwaukee's CW18. 2nd and 15 once again for Bradford. Clock stopped, just over 3:50 to go here in this first half, and a 4-point Bradford lead. Swisher wants to throw, wants to set up the screen. Far side, completes the pass out to the far side, and on the run, taking it all the way down the far sideline and out of bounds at the Tremper territory is John Myers, his 4th reception of the year.
Yeah, that was a little swing pass out there. And they had a tackler out there, but he could not make the open field tackle. And that takes it down to the 41 for a first down.
First bank, first down. Swisher kept it, and he's going to be wrapped up at the 46-yard line. A loss of 4 on the play. Brian Page, the defensive end, came crashing in for the Trojans for the sack.
Well, that was a nice play. And, and Tremper's had him in 1st and 2nd and long here, and they've been able to get out of it in one play both times. So we'll see what happens here. We're getting close to 4-down territory.
Now the mark forward progress stopped at the 42-yard line, so a loss of 1, 2nd and 11 for Bradford. Swisher, he dives his way forward, and he's bottled up immediately. Able to get back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe another yard, gain of 2. So we get a tight look here. It's Cabrera actually on the carry.
That's just a straight dive play, setting up an option. But Tremper has come up with a little bit of an answer here to that offensive line on the inside, and has been able to stuff some of the interior plays.
Be sure to listen to the Wendy's Varsity Blitz Scoreboard Show Friday nights at 7 on Sports Radio 1250 WSSP. Get updates and scores from all the area high school football games. Key 3rd down here. The Trojan fans on this near sideline on their feet. And now we got a stoppage of play. The officials are stopping play.
What Tremper has done, they've brought Brad Poppy in, number 64, and added a little bit more beef in the middle there.
Yeah, Cabrera's going to have to come out. I'm not sure if he's got a little blood on the calf there. They're going to get that looked at, so Quanzel Murphy will check in for him. That was our stoppage of play. 3rd down and 9. Walt, the Trojan